What a thrill it is to be here with four legends. I've told several people that this is the first time that I can ever remember to get four people of your abilities and the respect that you have for the university all in one place. And you know, and just knowing you, all of you individually, as well as researching you, what stands out is you're all winners. I mean, it's amazing to me that overall, collectively, now freshmen weren't eligible except for Bill's case. The rest of you had 3-year careers. So we're talking about a 13-year span where you four gentlemen won 11 league championships and 1 national championship. Plus we won 82% of all your games, 91% in league. It's pretty astounding to me. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. 3 of you guys are local players. And I wanted to get your perspective, Bill. What did it mean for you to come from a school like Elk Grove? You put Elk Grove on the map. That was a kind of a burgeoning community, and your exploits kind of put Elk Grove on the map. What did it mean for you to come from Northern California to come to the University of San Francisco?
Put Elk Grove on the map, maybe. But you know, the big thing was that I kind of knew I wanted to stay in California. And that really, at that time, I was 3 schools, UCLA, USC, USF. And I always talk about the fact that I was kind of led here. I met some of the guys here, guys like Eric Fernsten, Kevin Rastani, Phil Smith, pretty impressive guys. And I really liked the coach at the time, Bob Gaylord. So I was really led here, and you know, I've always loved San Francisco. It's very close. Matter of fact, when we were in high school, we played in the gym here, and we played in Oakland for the Northern California Championship. Naturally, we won. So that's a joke. So
we're laughing.
Not really. But it was a great time, and the amazing thing is that when I came to school here, I already knew USF had a great tradition in coming in and winning the conference because we were the Gonzaga USF was at the time. So coming here was great. I was coming to a great program, great coach, already had great players. I was very excited.
And Mike, you come from Richmond High, and back in the day, Richmond really was a powerhouse program. And what did it feel like for you just to come across the Bay?
Well, for me, coming from Oklahoma with a mattress on top of our car during World War II, Richmond was like a big, huge city. It was a very industrial city. My whole family worked at Kaiser Shipyards, worked building the Liberty ships. And then I got a chance to play, you know, basketball for Richmond High. And it was the largest high school, 3-year high school in the country at that time, 3,000 students. And all the programs were really good at that point. And when I had a chance we played in the Tournament of Champions at Cal, which they won, and we lost to St. Ignatius on the final game that had Fred LaCour, Bill Mallon, guys like that. Rennie Herrerius, who coached with Pete Newell at Cal, he was the coach then. So I made 2 or 3 visits. I went to USC, I went to Stanford, stayed with John Brody, he was a quarterback then for Stanford. It didn't fit me. It didn't fit my personality. I'm a small town guy type thing. I came to USF. I watched USF play Santa Clara at Kezar. And I was amazed how high guys were jumping. But someone told me later on that there were streetcar springs underneath the floor at Kezar. So that made my choice right there. No, I decided to come to USF. It was small. You were part of the whole society here, the whole community here. And it just fit my nature. And I could go home on the weekends and Mom could do the laundry.
That's great. And Joe, you came from McClymonds. McClymonds High was this place of legends. I mean, I just got a book the other day, in fact, talking about the legends of Mac. So many great players came from there. And was it a tough decision for you to come across the Bay?
No, not really. You know, I thought that I wanted to go away, to get away from home. And I made some trips and finally decided that I didn't like the cold or the snow. And in fact, Erwin Muller, Russ Gamina, and I made a trip to Oregon State. And you know, I looked at that place and I told them, I said, you can do what you want to do, but I'm coming back to USF. So it wasn't, so what I found out is I could be as far away as I could as I wanted to from home, even though I was in the East Bay in West Oakland, or North Oakland at that time, that I could get home quickly if I wanted to. If I didn't, I was here. I mean, it's a great city, so it wasn't really a difficult choice. You know, and I've seen these guys play too, so you know, it's coming from a winning program, you want to go to a winning program. So you know, I followed my compatriots, Ed Thomas from Mac over here to USF.
A great tradition. And Ollie, you're not a local guy, but you played in the hotbed of basketball at that time, D.C., with DeMatha and all those great schools in D.C. Tell us about your experience of playing in D.C. and what made you come all the way across country.
Well, first last question first. Coming across country, basically all the kids from Washington, D.C. area was going either the Northeast or the Midwest or the West. A lot of kids from my school was coming out west, Seattle. And I had the urgency to come west. A lot of good ball players in D.C. And I really didn't realize that until I left D.C. and came out, the number of ball players. Very fortunate to play back there. Also, I was very fortunate in high school to play on a good high school team, and we won the city championship, beat DeMatha, as a matter of fact, in Catholic versus the public. And so I was fortunate, I always say, to be in a program in high school and college that was a winning tradition. And I enjoyed that, and I made a good decision to come to USF once I got here, because I found out the community, the brotherhood that we had, and the winning tradition. And I was going to be in that type of situation, continue that tradition.